Okay, let's see if I got it first.
You got it.
Okay, that's good. I see that. Steve, I'm happy to do it tonight. That's no problem. And then what I was going to suggest is next week or next month, go back to the third Wednesday, and I'm happy to do that. Whatever you'd like me to do. So I'm just really happy to be here. So what do you say?
That sounds perfect, Dennis. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, Jay, I've got the list, so we don't need to copy it over. I've been copying along. I've got everybody, and hearing everybody just fine. So let's see. I guess I'm ready to take it on. If you're set there, Jay, I've got the list.
Okay. He had me come by his office, and I was sitting there in the exam room, you know, waiting for him to come in, and I was fine.
I got the list, and all for you there. Go ahead and take over, and put me in anywhere you wish. DQ, NY6L Hysteria.
All right, Jay, very good. Well, I'm going to put you up at the top of the list. How's that sound? Because that's the way I've got it written down here, so I'll just have you there. All right, away we go. QST, welcome to the Wednesday Night Amplitude Modulation International Net, or simply AMI. The purpose of this net is to promote the restoration, preservation, and enjoyment of AM equipment, including transmitters, receivers, and assorted vintage AM-type gear. Anyone using AM equipment is welcome, including modern radios capable of creating two sidebands and carriers. We also welcome all listeners. You do not need to be a member to join this net. However, as a member of AMI, you will receive a certificate that has on it your personal ID number. If you would like membership, go to our AMI website, AM International. Sorry, I'm trying to read this. AMInternational.club. Sorry, guys and gal. AMInternational.club. Fill out the membership form and pay the $5 fee. You can also send a self-addressed envelope to John McGrath, N9 AMI, P.O. Box 1422, Silver Springs, Nevada 89429. John is also good on QRZ.com. John also operates our West Coast website, www.westcoastami.com. Please visit the website to keep up on AMI events. Your net control this evening for AMI is W60Q. My name is Dennis. My AMI number is 1685. My QTH is in Kern, California. We're about 150 miles north of Los Angeles, going due north off of Highway 395. You know the area here. And tonight we're running a Flex 6700 with an Alpha 87A amplifier. That is driving a 540-foot loop of wire that's up about 50 feet, and I'm using an RE20 microphone. The loop processing going on here is from the 6700, and it's just internal, very slight compressor on there. So we should be sounding pretty good, and I'm running about 350 watts of carrier, so we're looking good here. So when I call on you, please share your call, your name, and the make and model of your equipment. If you have any buy or sale items, please list them, and let me know if you want to stick around for the informal roundtable immediately following this net. So right now, we're going to have you all please zero-beat net control, but I know some of you can't because you're rock-bound, but let's take a 1-minute break for a tune-up, and be sure to give your call sometime during the key-down period. Let's tune those finals.
NY6L Hesperia.
Kilo 6 at the lead, Charlie.
Something like that. Also small bank. NY6L Hesperia.
Okay, that was beautiful. I love that. That'll scare anybody on frequency. Anyway, good to hear everybody on there. Some nice signals tonight, and conditions are quite good. So let's see. Let me quickly see if there's anybody else who would like to check in and join us. This is the West Coast AMI Net, and this is W6DQ. I think I saw someone trying to check in. I saw a carrier and a little bit of modulation, but I couldn't quite make it out. Is there anyone who can relay that call? I didn't quite catch it. DQ.
I think that was Mike. W7MS.
No, I don't believe that was Mike, but I'm even mistaken. I'm just not making it out. So let's have you stand by, and we'll try again in a little while. I'll take some more check-ins. Maybe conditions will change a little bit. I did get something Mexico, so I apologize that I wasn't able to copy it. But we will try again in a few minutes. So let's see. Let me go ahead and get started here. We'll go down the list one at a time. I think that's the usual protocol here, especially when conditions are kind of unsettled. So at the top of the list, I got J, NY6L. Go ahead and take a turn, W6DQ.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Dennis, W6DQ and NY6LJ here in Hesperia, where we're running an 8040 meter Super Senior here, a 104 microphone with a K7 DYY audio processor. And then the cable running is the ICOM ICR71A. And that's all going through the CalStar HF Auto Tuner to keep things at a flat 1-to-1 SWR for the transmitter. And that's going out to a 8040 meter dipole over the Palomar Engineers 1-to-1 Malin. And that's approximately 35 to 40 feet up in the air. And nothing to buy from the swap, but because carried over your front numbers coming up. And a couple of more down here in Saginaw. I'll hit to see you down there if you can make it there. And what's my AMI number? Yeah, AMI number 1548. All right, so back there to net control. W6DQ and NY6L Hesperia.
Oh, very good, Jay. Nice signal. You're 20 to 30 over here, so beautiful signal up here from the Super Senior. And I want to thank you for taking the early list this evening. Always appreciated. And nice setup. Doing the job. All right, let's go to George. W16HCX. It's your turn. W6DQ.
HCX North. North of Santa Barbara. And 151. Tonight, working on a calling 61 receiver by the way. So, by the way, the road is working nicely. Dennis, beautiful signal, and the hope everything's been quiet and staying kind of we're also very relaxed. Very nice here. And let's see. Oh, by the way, I have something coming in for a anyhow, I found one here that I obviously have no need for, so it's available if anyone would like to have it. And I have a one has, they're no longer using a 160-75 meter. I'm looking for one of those. And area code 805 869 and the business here. Dennis doing a great job. Jay, beautiful job on the earnings. We'll not be able to stick around. Great job. Both of you. Good service you provide.
Okay, George. Fantastic. WA6HCX in the West Coast AMI net. 60Q here. Nice signal. Sounding good, and it's a pleasure to hear you. And my pleasure to be here and doing this. I'm really enjoying this tonight. This is great, and I'm glad you guys asked me to join the roles of net controls here. This is cool. And by the way, I want to make sure you say hello to Mary and for Lisa and I. I always love seeing you guys when we come up that way, and I remember your fire last year. That was awfully close to you guys. So glad you were safe from that. So next I've got Bill, W6LGJR. It's your turn. Go ahead, W6DQ.
Thank you very much for taking the net tonight. Missed all you guys.
You just turning the trigger.
I did just dig up my AMI number.
I'm just about done.
It's 1758. And scanner antenna on it, but it's working. Now the receiver's an Icom R75. I bought it on Craigslist and I walked through there. Nobody opened it, no questions. It had a long wire and it was like a breath. I couldn't believe it. They made me dump out my yogurt. Too much fluid. Well, thanks guys. WA6LJR business.
Okay, Bill. Oh, that's a great story. Well, it's nice to hear you tonight. Nice signal down here, and always a pleasure. Always enjoy hearing you on the Tuesday night net. But was cool to see you on here last week when we were here. So nice. Okay, let's see. Next, I've got Phil, N6WHK. It's your turn, W6DQ.
W6DQ. I'm laughing about the yogurt. November 6th, Whiskey Hotel Kilo. Well, we're AMI 1661. We're running the normal equipment. Johnson Viking Ranger, Hamilton HQ 110, L4B, about 200 watts. Our power, do a small Johnson Matchbox, D104, non-amplified, 6-inch scope, keeping an eye on the pattern. It looks fairly decent to me. I hope it sounds good. About 285, 86, plus or minus a wire, kind of a diamond configuration. As for my loop, listen to everybody on the golden tones on the Hammerman speaker. Got a little heat kit SWR bridge. To keep an eye on the pattern and on the power and the SWR, and everything looks beautiful. So I'm happy about that. I'm not going to be here for the round table, but I will listen throughout the net. I'm kind of an early to bird, bed tight, and early to rise tight. I'm usually up very early in the morning and getting on with Australia and New Zealand and things like that. Anyway, with that, back to net control. W6DQ. You're doing a beautiful job. November 6th, Whiskey Hotel Kilo.
Oh, excellent, Phil. Thank you very much. N6WHK, W6DQ for the West Coast AMI net. All right. Well, I'm going to take a quick break and see if there's anybody else who would like to join us. Please give me a call now. This is Net Control W6DQ. Well, nothing heard or seen on the spectrum display. So let's go on to the next folks here. I've got first up Chris, KI6CSA. It's your turn. Take it away. W6DQ Net Control.
Back to you, Dennis. W6DQ, KI6CSA.
Okay, very good, Chris. KI6CSA, W6DQ. Yeah, you're still hitting 20 over here, so you got a good signal. Everybody's really, really quite loud tonight, which is really great. So nice to have you. And like I say, my pleasure. I'm thoroughly enjoying doing this tonight. This is great. Look forward to many more times in the future, hopefully. So next, I've got Vic, K6IC. Take a turn from W6DQ.
Okay, Dennis. W6DQ and AMI Net, K6IC, Vic, Victor, India, Charlie. Center of nowhere, hello. To Andy, in the middle of nowhere. I think it is inverted. So hello to the net, nice signals on average. And, you know, a little more southern fungus. But, still, people doing pretty well. That mystery station earlier, I too copied a Mexico in the call sign. I copied Whiskey 6, Mexico. That station was not strong. And they might have gone by now, Dennis. So AMI number 1309, Super Senior D104. No swap, no round table. Thanks a lot for doing the net. Doing a great job, Dennis, and you and Lisa. So anything else in the way of notes here? My voice didn't start croaking until I started talking. So Cemetery, we're going to listen out. Thanks again for doing it, and our best wishes to all of the people that are fire still and subject to all of that stress and risk and so on. So good luck with all our friends. So, Cemetery, we're going to listen out. Thanks, Dennis. W6DQ, K6IC, listening out.
Well, you're welcome, Vic, and thank you for that. And K6IC, W6DQ for the West Coast AMI net. And yeah, the Super Senior's doing a great job. You sound good. And you guys, you and Andy are in the middle of nowhere. We're in the middle of everywhere. And we're you know, out here in the desert. It's nice out here, though. We got mountains on one side, we got mountains on the other side, we got mountains on the north and mountains on the south. But it's a nice place to be out here. We really enjoy it. So we appreciate your comments there. Thank you very much. And with that, I'm going to go over to Andy, KD6TKX. And Andy, it was yours truly who was talking about the 32RA, and it is a beast. Like I think it weighs 128 pounds. The last time I looked at it, the specs on it. So that's neat. I think who was saying? Somebody was saying they got to use one, and the one that amazed me is the one that Bill from the CCA had. He found one brand new in the crate. I was so jealous of that. But this one's in really, really nice shape. It's been nicely restored. So Andy, over to you, KD6TKX, and the West Coast AMI net W6DQ.
Okay, Dennis, thank you, W6DQ and the AMI net. This is Kilowatt Delta 6, Tango, Kilo X-Ray. Andy at Curry Mountain. And good to hear you, buddy. Foggy or not. In the center, and I'm in the middle, and Dennis, I guess you guys are you're in the center of everywhere, so that's a good way to look at it. Let's see, my AMI number, thanks to John. Thanks, John, is 1845, better late than never. And I'm really glad that he's done all that hard work to kind of get that thing up and running again and kind of blowing some new life into it and updating everything. It's really a lot of work, too, so he's done a great job. So my hat is off to him. And I also, Dennis, am happy to be here. I was just thinking about how many years it's been that I get a chance to, not every week, but frequently check into this net and hear a lot of people I've been hearing for a long time, and it's really nice. It's nice to have those things in life that are familiar, and the AMI net is one of them if you're one of our kind. So anyways, it's nice to be here. Tonight running the BC610E model. It's built in 44 by Helicrafters, and this one came from a good friend of mine who's now a Silent Key in New Mexico, and drove out there and came back with a bunch of stuff, including this one. So this is the third one I've had. I got rid of the first one, and got another one, then I got a third one. So I am going to keep it, so I don't have to go for a fourth one. I'm running a non-amplified D104 into the BC614 Speed Champ. And the receiver tonight is a little bit new to me. It's an RCA AR60 from March of '37. It was a Coast Guard receiver, among other ones, and I guess it's most infamous for being on the Itasca that was trying to help Amelia Earhart find her island. So it's not really a great thing for a radio to be famous for, but nevertheless, that's the one. It's got kind of a unique front dial setup. Not sure what the RCA's idea was there, but it's a really nice receiver, even for a pre-war type receiver. It works very well, very stable, and fun to operate. So that's the rundown here, and the antenna is a home-built fan dipole, resonant dipole on 160, 75, and 40. No swap, no round signal. Thanks to Jay for doing the earlies. And Dennis, great to hear you as net control. Doing a great job, as always. And the 32RA, that's a neat transmitter. I was doing some research for a Coast Guard restoration of I think it was an 85-foot cutter, World War II era. I was very surprised to find that the HF radios on board was a 32RA and a BC348. So you never know. The 32RA never struck me as a shipboard transmitter based on the power requirement and the size. But sure enough, you never know. Never say never. So you don't hear those on the air ever. So it's yours sometime soon. W6DQ on the AMI net. KD6TKX.
All right, Andy. Very good. KD6TKX. And the AMI net W6DQ here. Well, fantastic. Yeah, the RA30 is, I never heard of one on a shipboard application. It is kind of a beast. But this one actually was originally from the city of San Jose, was used as a liaison radio with California Highway Patrol back in the day. And I picked this up from Gary Halverson, K6GLH. It's one that he had restored, and it's a beauty. It's really a neat transmitter. I'm going to need to find somebody to help me move it, though. My back just isn't into it anymore. But the BC610 sounding great. and it's really nice. And the AR-60, yeah, I remember that is a strange-looking dial on that radio. I don't know. I've never seen one in person, but I have seen pictures of them. But what an interesting receiver. But, well, you're sounding good down here. And, really nice to hear you on the air. Okay, let's see. Next, I've got Ron, KD6VWS. It's your turn, W6DQ.
Okay, thank you, Dennis. And hello, Lisa, in the co-pilot seat. KD6VWS, Ron in Joshua Tree. It's kind of the middle of the desert, I guess. Kind of middle of nowhere out here, but and my AMI number is 1671, and tonight I'm running the Valiant, first version, 150-watt carrier, with the Turner Plus 3 microphone, and receiving on the NC125, scopes hooked up, and a few multipliers, and then that's all going to the Drake W4 watt meter. That's going to SA2040 kit antenna tuner, and then that's coax up to the end-fed long wire, which is up about 25 feet, and it's about 5/8 wavelength long on this frequency, and a quarter wave counterpoise off the shield. And no one is swapping the round table, but I'll be listening through. And to answer you, George, IUC, we were born on the same day, your brother and me, so I'm the same age as Ron. It's quite a coincidence, isn't it? And thank you very much on that offer to join your birthday party, but yeah, I have no way to get there. But you know, sometimes I wished I lived in San Diego area. Such wonderful hams down there, all you guys.
Yeah, you know, I got a few people out there fighting tired of you.
But I'm here, and the house is paid for, and I got too much stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured that they bring. It was pretty cool what he was asking. Yeah, I got the scope of the speaker he had. Yeah, I started to hit C30 because I'd call him on it before he ever existed.
Oh, that's great, Ron. KD6VWS and the AMINet W6DQ. Yeah, I know what you're. I have to concur with you about the guys in San Diego. That is a great group down there. And we used to be in the LA area, and I miss all our friends down there. We've got a lot of friends down in the LA area still, and I miss that. But we like being up here where it's quiet and secluded. Which, of course, Joshua Tree is like that as well. You're probably on a fairly good-sized lot. We're sitting on 5 acres here, so it's really nice from that standpoint. We love it. But, sounding good, the Valiant. I got to get my Valiant back on the air, too. That's another one that needs some work. I had it on the air here a few years ago, but it decided to stop working. So it went on the shelf and something else took its place. So anyway, we'll get that back on one of these days. But in the meantime, let's see, why don't I take another break and see if there's anybody else who would like to join us for the West Coast AMI Net. Looking for any new check-ins? This is W6DQ. Well, nothing heard, so we'll go ahead and keep going here. George, you're next. Speaking of San Diego area, you're up now. W6YEC. It'll be your turn from W6DQ.
All right, Dennis and Lisa, thank you very much. Glad to have you on board here tonight. This is great. It's a night to remember. Dennis and Lisa have joined us on AM and are going to be regular in the days ahead. Very, very good. Well, Ron, appreciate your comments there. Let me say that We wish that also, that you lived down here. But then, you know what? We wouldn't have somebody to talk to in Joshua. And it's very special. I can come out here and hear your voice coming out of Joshua. Yeah. Yeah, you do have wide open spaces there. I don't know how big your property is, but it was certainly a joy for Paul and Phil and myself to drive up there and get to visit with you and Mike that one day we did. Well, it should be nice to do it again. I've commented on that before. Anyway, again, thanks, Dennis and Lisa. AMI is 1197, and we're running the normal AM gear here, the Viking Ranger 2, and that's driving, though, tonight a Dentron MLA 2500 that I've had for quite a while. It had gone down on me, and we just got it back all repaired. I just didn't have the energy to get into it. I kind of knew it was hell. I figured that's what had happened. It popped one day. And so now we have a it's running about 300 watts, 350 watts or so of carrier. And so we're very happy with the way it's running here and being driven by the Ranger. And we're listening to everybody on a Hammerland HQ110 Alpha, which has been a great receiver as well. And everything's going through a Kit 2060 Alpha tuner, and my homebrew feed line is coming out of that tuner and going right through the wall and up the corner of the shack here, about 40 feet in the air to the feed point, about 270 foot, 80 meter loop. That was hooked up just quite nice for us. A Delta boot configuration. One end over to a tower, the other end to another mast up in the air. And then the mast we have in the corner of the shack here with VHF antennas on it. So it's all worked out pretty nice. All right. So I heard the fan come out for the first time here on the Dentron. That means there's probably time for me to say 70 degrees. Everybody has a good evening. And get it back to you there, Dennis. And we'll continue to listen, but no on a roundtable tonight. The only swap we have, or sales point, is the SP220. Anybody looking for a fine amplifier, we've got an SP220 that does have the hardback power supply board in it, and it's just served us so well that we don't need it anymore because now we got the Dentron back in its place here in this corner of the shack. So we won't go over all of that. Anybody might be interested in an amplifier, you would have to pick it up. 619-277-6043 is the phone we can be reached by. All right, everybody have a good evening and a great day tomorrow. And we'll try and make that today just above where my son lives in Santa Clarita. And the winds are blowing towards the west or something is what I heard. Anyway, 73s, one and all. Back, Dennis, to you. W6DQ, W6YEC.
Okay, George, very good. W6YEC in the AMI West Coast Net, W6DQ. Net control. Sounding good, George, and fine business. That MLA 2500, I'm wondering if that's the one you got from me up at the barbecue up at Mike and Angie's a few years back, some years back. That's been quite a while. I know. I think you picked one up from me. I think I had two of them up there, if I recall correctly. But that's been a long time ago, so I don't know. But anyway, good on it. Sounds good. And a night to remember. The first thing that struck me when you said that was the Titanic. Hopefully, we're not going to go down like the Titanic did. So we'll hopefully things will keep going here. But that was a cute comment. I got a kick out of that when you said that. Anyway, let's see. Ted, man, haven't heard your voice for a long, long time. W5VXE. I hope you're still there, and I hope propagation is holding up. But go ahead and take a turn. This is W6DQ.
Hi, look, you and Mike. The W6GT, W5, BRC. Nobody knows. We talked about.
Actually, part of Los Alamos County, a lower altitude here, and just west of the Rio Grande and about 20 miles northeast of Santa Fe, or northwest of Santa Fe here. Now we're running our own rack from a couple decades back here. It's an 833A. It's modulated with 4-125s. And speed trap driver from an old East Kit hi-fi amplifier. We make RF words crystal control to come up with a Viking 2 here. About 300 watts, and we feed a 80-meter center fed, all open line fed here, up about 30 feet through a home tuner here. The old Barker Williamson HDVL coil and a vacuum variable there. The microphone is somewhat of a D104 here. I think it's got another element in it from another static JT30 here. Well, some of the copies better on the KFS tonight, but Dennis, you're hanging in good through the GPR90 here. We use a sideband adapter here. Upper sideband exalted carrier here. So nice to know TMC, the CD91. Our sideband adapter here. And that's how we get by the sidebanders here. Anyway, my AMI number, 1,286. No swap, no round table. And good to hear the bunch tonight here. W6GT from W5, Victor Extra Echo.
Ted, that was great. Great copy. W5 XE and the AMInet Whiskey. I'll give you the call is actually Whiskey 6 Delta Quebec, W6 Dairy Queen. And nice sound and rig, and the old school, I love it. I love it. Old school transmitter, homebrew. We like to hear more of that on the air. We got that same setup, a GPR90 and a CV591 sideband adapter. We've got that same setup here that we're playing with, but not tonight. But I'll tell you what, using the flex and AM mode, but adjusting the filters to get rid of that lower sideband really makes a big difference. I can hear everybody just really well, so we really appreciate that. And you got a great signal out here from New Mexico, and it's a real pleasure to hear you on here tonight. And it's nice to hear your voice. We haven't been here for a long time, but it's nice to hear you again. It's been a long time, so it's good to have you here tonight, Ted. And let's see, next on the list. I'm just going to shift the microphone over to the left. Next up is Lisa, KF6QNG. Go ahead and take it from W6DQ.
Okay, thank you, Dennis, for running the net this evening. So, been listening to all the stories and enjoying listening to everyone. Good conditions tonight. So it is good to be back here, and we hope to make this a regular part of our schedule. So add this net to our list. Anyway, not a whole lot going on with me. Trying to schedule time with friends and meeting for lunches and things like that. Trying to stay in contact now that I'm retired. I don't have excuse. So anyway, other than that, life is going very well. So we're safe and we're high and dry. So life is very good. So let's see. I don't needs, wants, got get rid of. So with that, for me. Don't laugh. Anyway, okay. Doesn't look like anyone's on the round table, so probably won't be one. But anyway, we'll see. Anyway, over to Dave. No.
Back to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back to Dennis. W6DQ from KF62NG. Well, why do you have that?
There you go. Okay. That's okay. Let's see. Oh, I know your AMI number is 1766. I should record that here. Yeah, I know that. And yeah, Lisa's been enjoying the retirement. I've been enjoying having Lisa retired. We get to spend a lot more time together, which has been great. And she keeps me honest and keeps me off the streets. So it's good fun here. But anyway, let's see. Next, I've got Dave, WJ6W. And yeah, you're the one that said, I wrote it down and I forgot it, that you had played with the 32RA at some time. So that's cool. So Dave, over to you, WJ6W and the West Coast AMI net, W6DQ.
All right, Dennis, thank you, W6DQ, WJ6W. Yeah, and not only played with one, I also saw one on TV or in the movies or something. A TV show or movie. Anyway, I thought it was kind of neat radio, unique looking. And I know it's very heavy like the 32V2.
Yeah, I'm out here.
Let's see, it's certainly a pleasure to hear you running the net tonight, Dennis.
I'll be right back.
Really great, and thank you and Lisa for offering to do that. Really, really fine. So let's see. I'm running a Super Senior tonight here in Tarzana, WJ6W Super Senior, listening on ICOM 7610. And AMI number is 1235. No swap and no round table. I mentioned earlier I was in Camarillo today for lunch, and I went there to have lunch with Brian, NI6Q, and a friend of his and an associate. He's in town for the NAM show, which starts tomorrow in Anaheim. That's the music gear show where people come from all over the country or maybe the world to look at what's new in music gear and make contacts and so on. So he's here for that, and he's also has some other business to do, and he was meeting a friend out in Camarillo, so we went out there for lunch and had a very nice time. He says hi to everybody. He's too busy to stop by and make an appearance here at this station, but anyway, he's in town for a couple of days. I don't know when he's been here the last time. The last time I saw Brian was in 2018 when Christine and I went out there to see him and Pascal at their place in Arizona. So anyway, that's the story here. Nothing else for the time being. So we'll send it back to you, Dennis. W6DQ, J6W.
All right, very good, Dave. Nice signal down here. WJ6W, W6DQ, net control. Boy, nice. Sounds very good. A lot of super seniors. Those are becoming a real popular radio, it seems. So it's nice to hear that. Take up a lot less space and generate a lot less heat. So that's pretty good on Brian. Lisa and I saw Brian and Pascal. What year was that? We went out to Arizona to visit them and visit Mark and Maki. And that was before the pandemic? I'm trying to remember what year that was. I can't remember. It's been a few years. Yeah. Maybe 2022 or 2023. Yeah, it's been a while, but that was the last time we saw Brian. We get on the phone every once in a while and visit, but nice to know he's here at National Association of Music Merchants. I know that show well. Used to attend that a lot when I was in a previous life in another career. I used to spend a lot of time at the NAM shows. But always enjoyed them, all the neat gear. So good fun. Let's see, what else? Yeah, the 32RA is a beast. It is, you know, I was thinking that, what TV show? Highway Patrol, maybe? I don't know. That might have been on that TV show. They had radios on there. I have to think about that, if I've ever seen one on a TV show. They are rather unique. Well, they are sort of unique looking. It's just a big box with a bunch of meters on it and a couple of switches. That's about all there is to it. But it's a neat rig, a very neat rig. So very good, Dave, and thanks for being here. And it's my pleasure. I'm glad we were able to do this and help out. This is a lot of fun. So I'm going to take another break and see if anybody else would like to join us. Get any check-ins for the West Coast AMI net. This is W6DQ. And nothing heard. So next on the list, we'll just go through the list here. I've got 5 more here. First up, I've got Ken, KW1NG. Go ahead and take a turn there, my friend. This is W6DQ, and congrats on the 51S1. Thanks for the picture. That's a nice-looking radio. Over to you, W6DQ.
Good Lord, I don't know how many people. There was probably...
Everybody looks forward to it too when they come up there. I think that's a lot of it. It's just you got the people sitting around there. You can bring all kinds of junk. Y'all cook it. You always got something to eat. You can go around and BS with everybody. That's a camaraderie that I like about it.
Yeah, and that was a whole meal. It was just to give us, well, yeah, that's, yeah, in a nutshell, I can't say.
The last one we bought was Capital.
Ben. Very good. KW1NG in the West Coast AMI net, W60 your net control. Well, the 7300 is doing a good job with the you're barefoot, so it's doing a good job. But man, signals really dropped on you this time around. But I was able to copy 100%, not a problem. So anybody who was not able to copy Ken, he's got a TR4 that he'd like to, that is surplus to his needs, as he says, there with an MS4 speaker and an AC4 power supply. And if anybody's interested in that, I can relay his phone number, 619-368-3960. Because I suspect that not everybody was able to hear you there, Ken, because you did drop way down. Anyway, good luck on that, and good luck with the ALS 606. Get that back, and get that back on the air. Yeah, I like the idea of the automatic band switch. Of course, the 87A Alpha that I've got here is auto-tune and automatic band switching on it. It doesn't require that interface to the radio to do it. It just detects the RF and tunes up on whatever frequency you're on, and it tunes up very, very quickly. So I really like this amplifier, and it's very stout. It just takes 3 minutes to warm up. So, but it's okay. For doing this kind of stuff, it's wonderful for this. So there we go. Okay, next up, I've got Larry, KN6IYC. It's your turn from W6DQ.
Before you do that, talk, ask yourself, what are you going to be able to
Oh, fantastic, Larry. Great. KN6IYC, W6DQ. And, yeah, the Ranger's doing good with the GSB 101. Yeah, it's a nice little amplifier. I've got it's the VHF, it's the concept, I think it's a 2-year version of that I have here, of their amplifiers. So that's a neat little amp. And nice to hear you on here. It's good to be here. That's one of the things that I have to say. It's great to be here and doing this tonight. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and it's always nice to hear everybody here. And all the familiar voices is the best part of all. and our community here. And speaking of familiar voices, Steve, you're next on my list, KF6SYD, and the AMI West Coast Net, W6DQ, take it away.
All right, Dennis, KF6SYD, Steve in Long Beach. Gosh, I can't tell you how cool it was that you guys got on the net. It just made my day. Now that you guys are blowing, sounds like you're having fun, and it just warms my heart. I'm just tickled to have you guys here and doing this and part of this. I'm so glad you come back to AM on Wednesday night. It's so cool. And Dave, I'm glad you got to meet with Brian. The last time I saw Brian was in Yukon at the get together we have there. Brian brought the giant World War II walkie-talkies, and he was on one and I was on the other, and I was going around exploring Dennis's out where the antennas all are, and talking to Brian on the giant walkie-talkies all the time. I was out there looking at everything. So that was the last time I saw Brian. I'm sounds like he's doing good. I'm glad you got a chance to see him. And Larry, you don't know how you ever had time to work. Yeah, I thought that too, because I haven't had work to go to for a few years. I didn't want to retire, but well, here I am, and it's fun. But I've often thought the same thing. So very cool. I haven't described the equipment here for a long time, so I'll run down that. Got AKT microphone going into I gotta put the glasses on and get the flashlight out. Can't read this stuff. But it's a Behringer. Well, it's an equalizer, and then another Behringer. It's an ultra digital high performance voice processor, and I'm using a few of the things in there. And then the audio goes through a Schlockwood 200 low power AM broadcast audio processor, which does the limiting and makes I had such a wide signal, like 40 kcs wide, and now it's down to what? Well, it's not 40 kcs wide anymore. It's much better. It's more contained. I got this thing on the narrowest position. So then there's 70 feet of wire that runs down behind the house and around to the garage. That's 3 flat. Finished that. The garage is the AM 1000 transmitter. That WA9JIB, his girlfriend Cherie, and she goes to a lot of the get-togethers. She worked for CCA when about the time this thing was manufactured, so she could have helped build this transmitter I'm on right now, and I got a kick out of finding that out from boss. The transmitter hooked to 100 feet of coax that runs back up here to the attic, and there's a little extra bit, so I got it running back and forth up here. I could have made it shorter, but since it worked, I didn't want to make any changes. So it goes through a couple of watt meters, and it goes through a regular Dow key relay that I was using for the Valiant. It worked for years. I got enough delays built in so I don't mark the contacts when I don't keep. Goes into a Palomar Engineers PT3000 antenna tuner right here next to me, and goes through a homemade 4-to-1 balun. That's big wires that are wrapped around a plastic pipe, because I can't buy one big enough for this. I don't trust the balun inside the tuner. Window line or ladder line up to the antenna inverted B at 70 feet. It's got radials for this band, 160 meters and 20 meters. And then I can get the other bands with the tuner without more radials than that. So that's what this is. And then the receiver is here. talk about, thank you, Dennis, for doing this. AMI 1708, I don't think I'll stick around for, well, yeah, I will. I'll stick around for roundtable. Yeah, put me down for the roundtable if there is. Thank you, Elise, for doing this again. W6DQ, KSXYD.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think the band's gone long. But, Steve, I'm still copying you. No problem at all. 100% copy. And, yeah, it's really my pleasure. I am having fun. This is great. And really enjoying it. And, of course, as always, that CCA just sounds so good up here. And, yeah, your bandwidth is way down from what I remember what it used to be like. So, yes, indeed. And I remember that barbecue when Brian was here with the walkie-talkies, and I had the wireless set, my new wireless set 19 on the air. He actually helped me get that thing going because it had weird configuration for the dynamotor set on it. And we got that thing going, and we were talking to him on the walkie-talkies with that too, which was pretty cool. So that was the first QSO on that the wireless set 19, which I uncrated just a couple of days before then. Got it out. It was new in the crate. The crate, unfortunately, had been damaged, and some of the stuff inside was damaged, but the radio was pristine. So it's and I gotta get that set up again. That was a lot of fun, and join the guys up on the MRCG net one of these days. Andy. Anyway, great stuff, Steve, and I like I said, I'm really enjoying this a lot. This is wonderful. So we look forward to many more times of doing this in the future. So let's see. Next, we got Skip, K6LGL. Hopefully I can hear you. And hopefully, and I've got you down, Steve, for the round table. I think, well, Lisa's the only other one that we got, but we'll see if we get anybody else who we've got left here. So Skip, K6LGL, go ahead and take your turn. W6DQ.
Yeah, Dennis, the band has really gone out. Skip was talking while you were talking. K6LGL, it's your turn. I don't think anybody can hear anybody anymore, Dennis.
Steve, I can barely hear you.
Yeah, you may be right, Steve. I'm not hearing him. How about Bob, WA9JIB? Are you there?
Yes, I am still here, but I can barely copy you. A couple transmissions ago, you went from incredibly strong signals to same level as the sidebanders, and now I can barely hear you. I can almost not hear Steve. It's so crazy. But anyway, it's Bob, WA9JIB, La Cañada, D104, Johnson Viking Valiant, inverted V dipole at 35 feet, hammered on D129 X-ray. A couple things to mention, if anybody can hear me. George HCX offered a audio transformer for a Valiant. There's been about 4 Valiants on before me, and nobody claimed it. George, if you can still hear me, I would take it. I don't want to see it go in the trash. I don't particularly have any immediate need for it, but it sounds like I'm not Canadian. If I have a Valiant, I would give it a home. But if somebody really needs it going to me, that's okay too. Also, I heard Ed mention the aesthetic JT30. I have one of those that needs an element. The element is bad in it. So if anybody has an element JT30, I wouldn't mind having one of those. So I like that microphone to have one of those. Anyway, it's getting too difficult, so no other buy-sell swap, no AMI number, no round table, JIB. We had a jump early on, but a few transmissions ago they went down the drain. Probably mine is there too. So anyway, thanks for hosting. You did a great job.
Bob, I heard your transmission.
It looks like Dennis was not able to get a hold of George to get that from him for the Valiant. So Dennis Bob's done.
No, I didn't, because I didn't want to tell him at that time. No, the appraisal, he did tell me that the appraisal was not, that was a lot.
Hey, Steve, I was able to tell that Bob was in there, and you've dropped way down. But I was able to tell I could tell that Bob was in there. I could hear his voice and very distinctly. I mean, I knew it was Bob, but it was really difficult to copy because we got sideband on both sides of us, so it's kind of rough. But anyway, I don't think we're going to have a roundtable tonight, my friend. I don't think it's going to work because we're just barely copying you now. Are you still copying? Are you still copying us up here, Steve? Go ahead.
Yeah, Dennis, I have you on KFS, but I don't hear you at all in Long Beach anymore. And yeah, let's don't try to have a roundtable tonight. Thank you guys for doing this. Looking forward to next time.
Okay, Steve. Yeah, I caught most of that. Yeah, it's not going to work. But like I said earlier, my pleasure. I've really enjoyed doing this tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Look forward to next one. We'll have to get together, talk about which, you know, I'm happy to do the third week. I know that was Wayne and Sharon doing that before, but I know Wayne's having problems with the 820. So I'm happy to fill in for Wayne and Sharon for now, and we'll look forward to that. So, my friend, you have a great evening and great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you very soon. So KF6SYD, and this is W6DQ, and I'm going to officially close the AMI West Coast net because the band has gone long. So we'll see you next time. 7-3 Steve, W6DQ will be clear.